All right, guys, and we're live. This is the Nerdy Phase with Ray Surge. I'm Surge, your host, the host with the most. I got the awesome Jujutsu Kaisen shirt again. This is what I wear every day anyway, guys. So it's not like I'm really trying to impress you. This is my normal wear. You know. Then we have Ray. Ray. He's he may not know anything about TVs, but when he does know about something, he won't stop talking. We'll find what that is.
He can roll a good 20 more often than not.
That's true. It's true. He did come up with a nerd fam for you guys. So thanks to Ray, you guys are the nerd fam. So we can thank him for that. And then we have Tom existing as always. It's just he's gonna continue to exist.
Yep.
That's what he does. So but anyway, guys, it's just good to see you guys again. I know it's been about a week or so, but this is actually going to be our first episode of the new year. Isn't that awesome?
Yay!
Happy New Year!
Oh yeah. So we'll discuss here a little bit, but for you listeners out there, for our nerd fam, we kind of want to discuss what we most anticipate for this year. But first, instead of doing what nerdy thing we've done this week, we're gonna change it up for the New Year's, right? What is your nerdy resolution for the year? Why don't we start with Tom?
So I am wanting to do one of two main things. One, I want to start getting back into 3D printing. I need to figure out what I need to start printing. There's so many options, and just of course, it's a lot of money I got to start spending on filaments, because I got a bunch of filament over there. Most of it's all dry and brittle, and well, actually, technically, it's not dry. It needs to be dried out. If it's moist, it's brittle and snaps super easy. And then also, I want to complete at least 2 more firearms this year. I've got a stripped lower receiver that I need to buy parts for a 308, and then I also have an 80% lower. For all those you don't know, an 80% lower is what they call a ghost gun, meaning you are legally allowed in the United States to manufacture your own firearms at home. So I would like to manufacture my my next firearm and turn it into a 300 blackout. So, yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So
I need more pew-pews.
I probably need to do more research on guns. I used to back in back in like 2009. I was really into them. I had a buddy. We talked about guns all the time. We liked 9mm. We talked a lot about those. So, I don't know if Springfield Armory is still relevant, but I thought they made a good 9mm. Glock was a good one.
Springfield's still awesome. I know a lot of the gun princesses out there, like, oh, Springfield. Well, I mean, they make a firearm that works.
I know
breakdown.
I know back in the day, the gun that everybody wanted was the Walther PP7 with a suppressor.
Yeah. Everybody still wants that.
I mean, who doesn't want that?
Well,
you know what that gun is, Ray?
No, I know nothing about guns.
You ever play GoldenEye?
Yeah.
You remember whenever you got that pistol, that black pistol, the PP7?
No.
Okay, well, it's the first gun you start off with.
Yeah, exactly. That's the gun everybody wants, because that's James Bond's iconic gun. So.
Yep.
And I know a little bit about guns, but that's for another episode as well. So
yeah, I know a lot about guns. I just don't have the money to own the guns that I know a lot about.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, but cool. What about you, Ray? Have any nerdy resolutions you want to share with the class?
Anticipations or resolutions?
Resolutions. We're not on that yet.
Yeah. Resolutions.
What nerdy things do you want to do this year that you haven't done or been involved in?
I want to get a man. I want to get either a PS5 or a PC. I want more anime tattoos. I only got the
so
one.
your resolution,
I
your
really
nerdy
want
thing,
more.
because you could play games, but you want to build your first gaming PC. That's what you want to do.
Oh yeah, I'll help you. There's nothing like it. It's exhilarating. I'm telling you.
I just want more anime tattoos.
So that's cool. I kind of want a couple of those too. Let's see. For me, my nerdy resolution, honestly, I wanna, uh, I wanna at least get to. I'm reading at least 2 books a month. Um, I know it's not gonna be right away, but I want to get to where, you know, by the end of the year, close to the end of the year, I've already, reading at least 2 books a month. So and the type of books I like to read, I don't like to just read anything. Um, I have a bunch of Star Wars books I need to read.
Same.
I have some Marvel books I want to read. Manga. There's some manga that I want to read. Like for one that I've been really wanting to read for a while. It's I read like the first few pages of Barnes and Nobles, but I just can't sit at Barnes and Nobles and read. It looks weird. I don't want to be that guy. So I just read like a few pages to see if it catches my interest. But there's one manga that I've been um, wanting to read. It's called Rooster Fighter. It's it's pretty cool. It's like this,
Cockfighter?
huh?
Cockfighter?
It's called Rooster Fighter.
It's called Cockfighter.
No, it's. I mean,
No, I'm quite sure the title on the book says Rooster Fighter, but
Yeah.
it sounds like the name of the book's Cockfighter.
Yeah. Well,
Cockfighter.
it's just pretty much a rooster that's like intelligent for whatever reason, and he's kind of honestly he reminds me of Ray a little bit. He just he starts off sorry kids if this gets explicit, but he starts off in the very beginning like he's just around this couple of chicks. They're just fucking, and then he was just like he leaves and she's like, ah, no, don't leave me, and he's like, I don't do commitment, and just walks away. He's the lone rooster. So,
What a
but he
cock.
fights, but he's a huh,
So what a cock.
right? But he eventually starts fighting demons and stuff like that. It reminded me of like One Punch Man, but I mean, I hope they animate it, but that's one of the books I want to read. So, um, and I do want to, at least be one game a month or something like that, and try to pull up, 1 to 2 games a month, and try to put out at least 2 good reviews every month for my blog. I don't just want to. It's hard to release a weekly review. You can't. You really can't. I can't beat a game in a week. Only reason I was able to pump out 2 so fast this past month is because I Super Mario Wonder is a 3-day game and Super Mario RPG is a 2-day game. So that was easy to beat. I'm working on one for Liza P right now. But yeah, I mean that's what I kind of want to do, and hopefully I want to grow I want us to grow the podcast as well. We've been making some big moves, and I think we'll get there in the right direction. So it'll be fun. It'll be a good year, honestly.
So going back
So
to Cockfighter real quick, I just sent you a video in our group chat. The name of the song's Chicken Attack. You'll appreciate it later.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's now since we discussed our New Year's resolutions,
Hold
let's
on, I
move
got
on
one more
to.
thing.
Oh, you got one more?
One more. No, nerd trivia. So, are you guys familiar with Rooster Teeth Productions? They're the ones who do Red vs. Blue. We've done some other stuff.
Oh, I know Red vs. Blue. Yeah, but I don't know what else they've done.
I mean, pretty much just what do they call that? And I forget what they call that style, but pretty much where they take video games and make shows out of them. But their name is Rooster Teeth, and it's a rooster and some like teeth next to it, because really the name of their place is Cockbite, but they can't name it Cockbite, so they named it Rooster Teeth.
Cock teeth doesn't sound very pleasant.
No.
Oh man.
Here, I'll put that image in the chat.
All
so
right.
that maybe if later on, maybe while we're talking about this, you're like, okay, here's the image Tom was talking about.
So let's move on to our nerd news. All right. we want to know what's going on in the world of nerds, what people are nerding out about, what people don't want to nerd out about, whatever I don't know. But anywho, so first off, uh, first one will probably be more me and Tom thing. Sorry, Ray, but if you have any question, no, I'm kidding. So Apple Vision finally has a release date, what they want to do, and the price tag.
Oh God,
Are you familiar with Apple Vision?
I'm familiar with Apple Vision.
Yeah.
Right? No.
So Apple Vision for those who are listening, and for Ray, it's their VR. Apple has decided to get into the VR game, and they're going hard.
Yeah, they are.
They're going hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be the best VR on the market, hands down, right? But the thing is, it's just they want to launch it by February, and the price was released at $34.99.
Fuck.
I I don't have that kind of income, so
No.
I won't be picking one up. And even if I did have that kind of income, I don't know if I want to drop $3,500 for a thing.
So Ray,
Apple,
I'm putting an image of it in the chat. So the cool thing about it, just a brief touch on it. So obviously it's a VR set,
Yeah.
but the front glass is it's the transparent OLED screen, right? So they're wanting it to be more like an AR experience, but obviously they can activate all the pixels though and turn it into a true VR experience as well. So yeah, next time you're on our GroupMe chat, just take a look at that image. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I saw the ski goggles.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's what are the stats on it? Like, what's the pixel
that's what I'm
per
looking
eye?
up.
What's PPI?
That's what I'm looking at now. I'm trying to find that real quick. I used to know it by heart, but it's been a while since I looked at this. So
Apple Vision PPI, all the official.
But I know one of the things too. I mean, it's got spatial sound, so it's gonna like it's a singular piece of three-dimensionally formed laminated glass. So it's like it's just super expensive the way they're making it. It's not like it doesn't feel like the Meta Quest 2, where the Meta Quest 2 is kind of like more plasticky. This one is pretty. It's gonna be it's pretty much super more durable.
I freaking hate Apple. Like, you go to any other website and you look it up. First thing there's like, oh, check it out. Here's the stats. Apple doesn't give a shit about the stats. All they know is like,
well, see,
oh,
okay,
we're Apple, and everybody's gonna fucking buy us because we're Apple, because we're not smart enough to think for ourselves.
Is that your Apple rant?
That's
so
my
like
Apple rant for today.
So okay, so this if we want to compare apples to apples, since we're on this train, right? You have the Meta Quest 3, which it's going to be, it's out already, but that's that's going to be the closest comparison, because Meta Quest has got it in the game. The Pro is pretty cool. The Meta Quest Pro is $1,500 or $1,000, I believe, or 1,500. I think it's 1,000. So you have that one, but they decided to do the Meta Quest 3 compared to the Vision Pro. So of course the chipset on the Meta Quest 3 does have a Snapdragon XR Gen 2. And then Apple Vision is using their M2 chip. So now the display on the Meta Quest is going to be a 4K Infinite display. So it's going to have two LCD displays at 64 by 2208 pixel per eye, up to 120 hertz refresh rate, and then the Apple Pro says it's gonna have a 4K resolution display per eye. So
it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, the as far as tracking, the Vision Pro's got like 12 cameras, 5 sensors, eye tracking. The other one has 6 cameras, 2 MR sensors, and 1 depth projector. So
you gotta be a billionaire to own it, but don't worry.
Pretty much. However, though, do you guys Are you guys familiar
Layaway.
with Lex Friedman and all? He does podcasts.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, he
No.
did one with Mark Zuckerberg a few weeks ago. And they were kind of they ended up doing their interview via VR. And the way that they did it, they did like all these facial scans and stuff, and they have like one of the new headsets. So I don't even think this headset's actually out on the market, but it looked like they were sitting across from each other talking and everything. But no, it was all VR and facial tracking and all that kind of good stuff. I'll try to send you guys that stuff too later.
That's pretty neat. I mean, the VR space is going to be huge.
Fascinating. Yeah, it was fascinating, if nothing else.
The thing is with the Apple Vision Pro, it's gonna sell, especially among the business class, and then the once this releases, the metaverse is gonna blow up, honestly. Um, so I think Fortnite would be one of the first people to partner with Apple to have Fortnite VR. Honestly, so Apple just whatever they do, they make strides. That's what they do. So.
Yep.
But anywho, so back to like the computer world as well. So I think it was this past year, AMD made a huge change to their chip sockets. Instead of being an AM4, they decided to do AM5, which is beyond me. I mean, Intel's still using AM4. I don't know, I don't know why they switched to AM5 because a lot of the good motherboards are all AM4 socket types. There's not a really, I mean, you want a good AM5, you have to pay decent money for it. That's been the issue. I don't like that, but AMD decided to commit to staying on this, and they're gonna keep AM5 sockets at least on through all the way through 2025. So that's that's the way to stick it to the man. And I was a AMD fan, up until this happened. I right now my processor is AMD Ryzen 7, 5600. So, but if they continue to use AM5, I'll probably, as long as Intel stays the AM4, that's what I'll probably do next time.
Well, I mean, if they keep making those, then more people will buy them because more people will buy them. That'll drop the price. That's capitalism 101 for you.
Yeah, I mean, but right now it's just not where it's feasible.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not buying one right now. Fuck that.
So, but yeah, we'll teach you what that means one day, Ray. Don't worry.
I don't know about all that.
So, I think we talked about this, and I don't know if we may have mentioned it, but South Park Snow Day,
Yeah,
got a release window. It's looking to release, let's see, March 26th of next year. So, and it's not they got a
In
price point too.
2025?
2024.
So this year. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just
this
making
year.
sure.
This
Yeah,
year,
sorry.
exactly. Not next year. This year.
Just making sure.
This year. So it's going to be releasing this year, 2024, March 26th. So the price point isn't too bad. They're looking at $29 for the standard edition and then $50 for the deluxe. So deluxe comes with extra things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised 60 is the high end versus 70. I thought they were going to do 70 or 80 on the higher one. Thank you, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, for not being complete and total dicks.
Right. So another big thing is as of last year, PlayStation 5 has topped has gotten top at 50 million units sold. So I don't know how much longer Xbox can do this, but that's twice that PlayStation has outsold the Xbox easily. So
PlayStation's better.
PlayStation has better exclusives, in my opinion. That's
right now, yeah, but this is a small rabbit show. But like last year, PlayStation had some massive, awesome exclusives, but no one knows. I mean, unless Sony's being real hush about it right now. No one really knows what exclusives are coming out for Sony this year. There hasn't really anything that she's like, oh, okay. maybe we'll get a Spider-Man 3. No one's known. Who knows?
Yeah, there's not a lot of anticipated games for 2024 that are really to be spoken of.
There's
Period.
not. Well, though there are a few anticipated games, but we'll get there because I think this year is going to have an awesome release of games. I don't think it'll be like last year. 2023 was just on the real. So we've mentioned it before. 2023 was the best year of gaming since like 2017. So, but that's we've talked. Listen to our previous episodes. We have stats to prove that. Okay. So, but yeah. So they're doing that now. Well, never mind. I'll do this one last. The next thing is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. They get their reviews. It looks like Rotten Tomatoes gave it negative reviews. They did not like it. So
some might say they shat the bed on that one.
Ha 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 ha. So I for one, I really don't care to watch that one. So I like DC somewhat, but I think that the DC is just
really
not going to.
DC's got comics and animated universe. That's about it.
Oh, the animated universe on DC is next level.
Unmatched, yeah. They're animated. They need to just stick with that.
Yeah,
they need
to
leave the live adaptations to Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel's doing.
We'll see.
A much better job. Not sure about that right now, but
yeah, we'll see how how James Gunn does leading the DC, because the James Gunn movie that he did do, the Suicide Squad, was actually pretty good. That's probably the best live action DC. The Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad, but the Suicide Squad.
I was gonna say Suicide Squad itself was ass, but the first one was pretty good.
Suicide Squad was not very good at all. I didn't really care for it. It started off good, but then.
Fun. Yeah. As always, I enjoyed watching it, but I could definitely tell it wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, but the Suicide Squad was actually pretty good. I liked it. So, but
and I heard Rebel Moon got shit scores. Let's see, IMDb 6 out of 3, Rotten Tomatoes 23, Metacritic 31%. So all that's telling me is I want to watch it because it's probably going to be dope.
I usually viciously disagree with Rotten Tomatoes opinions.
So. I agree with a lot of their opinions.
23% for the tomato meter. Audience score 73%.
So I typically agree with a lot of their stuff. Well, not always, but I get that because they loved Thor. They loved like those Marvel movies that they're just were not good this year. Like they liked the Marvels, they liked Thor 4, and honestly, Thor: Love and Thunder, was that last year in 2023 or 2022?
Yeah,
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it was 23.
That's 23. Yeah, it was. It was bad.
Yeah, but they came out with a cool. You know what really pissed me off about that movie, and it just bummed me out to even watch it in theaters, is they had an exclusive Thor hammer popcorn holder that you could get.
Yeah, I couldn't get it.
Yeah, I went up there the moment they opened, and they were like, people already bought them offline because they didn't set a limit to them. I was like, why the fuck would you do that?
Asshole.
So, like, people just bought it offline right away.
Those people, because a lot of people aren't going to use them. They're just going to keep them, and they're going to sell them online for double the price. That's the one thing I hated about Skylanders. Back when I was still working at Sam's Club, like, people would come in, and they would buy all of them. Well, you've got little Timmy, who just wants to play the game with a character who he thinks is super cool. But no, some, 40-year-old asshole comes in and I'm just saying, like, some neckbeard 40-year-old.
What the fuck?
I'm not saying you specifically. But yeah, they'll just come in and ruin everybody's fun because I want the collectible.
Yeah, I don't buy them all up. Like for example, the Tears of the Kingdom. I know, but I'm
quite
saying
sure if you buy things, you probably use it.
Not always, but
Well, I was gonna say, Serge, you're getting pretty defensive for someone who doesn't do it.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Do it.
I mean, no. There are people that go in and they'll buy like 6 or 7 of them. One set for them to use, the rest one to keep, and the rest to sell. Right? I don't do that. You know, like the Zelda amiibos. I have the two new ones, or all three of them. I got the all for Tears of the Kingdom. I got that one. I got the Skyward Sword one. I got the the Twilight Princess one.
I need to
So I
finish making all my NFC tags so I can go through the Zelda games and play them again. And
oh yeah, I have
I
all the
got
NFC tags. That's so sick.
right
So, but
a Metroid, whatever.
amiibo.
Well, yeah, but there's an app, a Metroid or
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Amiibra,
But
Amiibo. Fuck it,
now
moving on.
the big news. Um, that was released 13 hours before we recorded this episode. So sorry. I mean,
Yeah,
when
this
you
was
hear this
related.
episode,
No,
yeah,
two
but
2 weeks and 13 hours before we recorded this episode.
um, but we just want to discuss it because I want you guys, I want Nerd Fam to hear from us. Like I said, by the time this episode releases, it's not going to be relevant news, but I think, like I said, I want you guys to hear from us because we do want to report it. Um, so we discussed a little bit, I think, last week. Jonathan Majors. No,
No, I
he's
don't think so.
he's King the Conqueror.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Timely,
Uh-huh.
Victor Timely in Loki
Yeah.
season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, they reached a verdict 13 hours ago. He's guilty. So um,
Man.
and now since he's guilty, immediately, of course, Disney's got to defend themselves, right? They can't, they're going to keep him. If this trial would have kept going and he was not found guilty,
Mm,
they would have kept on with him.
yeah.
So Avengers 5, which was basically called Avengers 5 the Kane Dynasty,
Yep.
is now just Avengers 5. They don't have a title for it now.
Oof.
I
So
I hate saying this. I'm proud of Disney waiting until there was an actual verdict and he was convicted before they made any changes. There's a
yeah, I
lot of
mean,
people. There's a lot of people who got accused of stuff and found out they didn't actually do anything. Like there was a baseball player recently who finally got everything dropped for him, and he's not even playing baseball anymore. He's out in I think Japan or something playing baseball. But yeah, no, guy totally got wrecked just because somebody accused him of something. So
right.
I'm very, like I said, I'm very happy that they at least waited for due process to go through before they're making any decisions. Now, if they
Yeah.
keep him on, then they're just hypocritical assholes and they need to die.
Yeah, I mean, if
What
they
Disney
kept them
does.
on, they're going to be hit with cancel culture.
Yeah.
And then MCU would probably just fail. But MCU is going to fail right now anyway because Jonathan Majors was the face of this franchise right now.
Yeah.
He was the face of Phase 5 and 6.
They just
And
need to recast him and move on, keep everything the same. Just
yeah,
recast the guy.
there's rumors and talks. I saw a little bit from comicbook.com and Screen Rant. You could take their stuff with a grain of salt. They're rumors, but they're also sometimes credible. But whatever. Right now they're just rumors. They're thinking of casting John Bodega for that role.
I think
So
that dude's too little, to be honest. That dude's. Have you
yeah,
seen his stature?
he is.
That'd be a real short Kane the Conqueror. I'm just saying. Maybe for like the Ant-Man version, but like.
I could see it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be
There's
terribly
camera
upset.
tricks. You can make him taller,
Yeah.
but
I mean, have you met Tom Cruise?
Hey, that's
Well, not
true.
Matt,
That is a
yeah.
little man.
so, but I before we move on, I just really want to ask opinions of like, do you think this is going to make or break the Marvel universe now, or do you think that Disney can recover from this? And
I think it all depends on execution. I think they
Yeah.
can recover. They just have to do it the right way. What that is, I have no clue. They just need to end the show, act like nothing happened and just make sure that, they are able to stay true to the character. Now, I mean, hopefully they're staying true enough to the character from the comic books. So as long as they were doing that, then that means, whoever they bring in, maybe John Bodega, which for those who don't know, John Bodega, he is Finn from Star Wars, among other things. But yeah,
Yeah, but the thing is though, is it's kind of like the Aquaman situation. It really depends on how far they are already into making it and everything. because like they were pretty much done with Aquaman when all that shit happened, and then they had to like fucking full halt that shit, and it's
Yeah.
probably gonna ruin the movie. So it really just depends on how far along they are already in the process that can make or break them. Because then whenever people frantically have to slap some shit together, it can turn bad real fast.
Well, I think they have an opportunity to really reset things, because this year they are releasing Deadpool, and man, Deadpool. If anyone can reset it, it's Deadpool, because he breaks the fourth wall. So
Yeah.
he could do it. He could be like, "Oh, guys, I decided to write out King the Conqueror," and they could do it in a funny way. They could really use Deadpool to rewrite
Yeah.
this thing, and so
That's true.
I didn't
They
think
could play
about that,
heavy
but
on
no,
the Deadpool.
that's a good call. Like, because he could literally, I mean, he could literally
At the
travel
moment, he
multiverse.
still has the time belt, and he stopped Baby Hitler, so
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. They could make. I mean, we don't know, but they could make Deadpool where at the very end of the thing, he goes and just kills off the King Dynasty. It's like, all right, guys, it's done. If we don't need to do this anymore, I finished it for you. And then they
Yeah.
could just, and then they could introduce a new villain. Like Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom would have been so much better than King the Conqueror. But
I
so
partially agree. I feel like because honestly, I'm kind of vested in the whole King the Conqueror. Like, I want them to
I.
finish the story arc.
I agree. I mean, Victor Timely was cool. I don't know if you've seen Loki season 2.
Yeah,
Um,
he was. I really enjoyed him in all of Loki. Like his Kang the Conqueror was amazing. I really enjoyed watching that.
yeah. First off, Loki right now singly saving, literally saving the Marvel universe. That show is just it's so good, so good. Have you seen it yet, Tom?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're so good. It's probably hands down the best Marvel show that we have.
Yeah,
So, but like I said, that's another episode altogether. So, but yeah, you know, I think they can. They should. I think they should recast, or if they're gonna not recast it, they can use Deadpool to rewrite it.
They definitely have a few options there.
Yep, yep. All right. So, anyway, guys, there are times where I do feel pretty tired. Anyone start feeling tired?
yeah. Every night at 9:30 to 10 o'clock when we start recording, super
Yeah.
tired.
So, you know, I still go to bed early, but I wake up at like 5, 6 in the morning. So, you know, around like 10 o'clock, I'm pretty drowsy. So what keeps me going is W Energy. It gives you all the caffeine without the crash or jitters. They're a coffee-based extract. I am out still, guys, so I haven't really tried anything new. I've ordered some, but it should be here next week. Well, yeah, next week sometime, hopefully. So they said they were busy due to the Christmas season, but makes sense. So, but if you guys are wanting to do something like that, if you go to W's website and use promo code Surge, you get 10% off your next purchase. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's talk about our most anticipated nerd things of this year. So first off, let's get the elephant out of the room. One of the most anticipated things this year. It happens every time, around the same time, same bat channel, same bat time, same everything.
Batman?
This channel's not that bad.
September 22nd, around give or take between that time, iPhone 16 is releasing. Just saying.
Whoa.
What
I
do
think
you
I just got an
know?
iPhone fucking 14, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the iPhone 34, but I'll get there.
iPhone 16 is releasing around September 22nd. So that's my prediction. If it doesn't, you can come back to this podcast and hate on me because but it's going to release around that time. It always does. So, but all right, we got that out of the way. You know. Oh, and then Samsung is probably their S24 is probably releasing, around April, March. More than likely March. They've been kind of hitting March stuff. So, but I am interested though. On all serious note, I am interested in see what Google Pixel is gonna do. This last year they released the Google Pixel Fold. So now that's the second company that's doing a Fold phone. Because the Samsung has done Fold for a while. That's a bit out of your price range, Ray. I get it.
I don't understand why someone wants a fucking phone that folds in half. I don't get it.
I can think
It
of
It's
two
hurts
cool.
my
reasons.
feeble brain, I
I
guess.
mean, you're able to have a bigger phone or a smaller
Yeah.
phone, or
Okay,
you
yeah,
know.
that's
However, though,
stupid.
I was really impressed. I really like the Razor, just due to the fact of the form factor.
The Flip.
Uh, yeah, the Razor Flip.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, I think out of all the fold phones, I think it was the coolest one, just because when you had it flipped down, it looked like an original Razor.
Do you think that 20? Do you think this year would be the year Apple introduces their Fold phone, or do you think they're gonna wait till like 2026
They're
or
probably going to wait a year or
2025?
two. They're going to wait for Samsung to figure out the kinks and then steal their technology.
So, I mean, the Pixel Fold got some pretty good reviews. So I'm curious to see. That's the only Pixel. If I do Android again, it would be a Google Pixel. I'm not really keen on whole Samsung stuff right now. So, but you know, anywho. Okay, so phones are out of the way. So that's the those are just things I wanted to discuss because phones are fun. I remember getting phones every year. I've had the same phone for 3 years. So, Ray, what are you most anticipating this year?
This year they have Solo Leveling that's supposed to be dropping in anime.
Ooh,
My
yes,
anime world. They also have Blue
yeah.
Exorcist, which I enjoy.
Oh, did you? So you seen Rabbit Trail? Did you see Blue Exorcist? All of it
Yeah,
then?
yeah, all of it.
Yeah. So it's funny. So I watched Blue Exorcist the first time, right? I watched season one, right before season two even dropped.
Yeah,
And then finally, like, they did season two, and I started watching season two. I'm like, what is going on?
yeah. It was very
So,
interesting.
yeah. So if you decide to watch Blue Exorcist, Tom, this is what you do. Okay, you watch the first season up until like episode 13, 14,
Hmm.
and then stop and go to season two.
Okay,
So, because that show was a victim of I got too ahead of the manga, but at the time the creators are like, oh, it cut up to the manga. Oh, but we're making so much money. Let's just finish it. So it cut up to the manga, and then and then the episode just takes like the manga goes here, and all of a sudden the anime just goes whoosh, goes in a whole different direction.
so they Full Metal
Um,
Alchemist it.
Yeah,
Full Metal Alchemist, yeah, for sure. I forgot about that too. So that's exactly what they did. Um, and like you watch it, and you're like, this makes no sense. Why would you go that way? So in season two it really picks it up. So but now they're actually doing it right. The season three is actually, coming up. So and then Solo Leveling, that one looks really good. I'm curious to see. It's another it's another Isekai. They Isekais have become so popular. I remember when huh?
and then they have Tower of the Gods and Demon Slayer also.
Oh,
dropping.
Tower of God. Okay, dude, you're. I wasn't even. I figured I wasn't gonna touch on the anime because I figured you would. Tower of God was a good one. Good
Yeah, I
one.
can't wait for that one. I feel like it's been fucking years that I've been waiting
It,
for
it
Tower.
has been. I think it's been.
You know,
Yeah,
another
it's
one that
it's
another
Tower
one
of
that
God was been a while.
I don't think it's gonna release yet, but another one that I am super wanting is next No Life, or I think that
No
is
life,
like
no
no,
game.
yeah, the one where they're like playing video games in another world.
Yeah,
Hold
They're
on,
like brother and
I got
sister.
dogs who are whining. I'm gonna let dogs out real quick. I'll be right back.
I
sounds
want to
good.
see that one pretty bad. Like I want
Right,
another
right,
season
right,
of that. 'Cause that one was really good in my opinion.
right. So, yeah, the Demon Slayer, the Hashira arc, they released some trailers for it. It looks epic. Um, so that's gonna be a good saga.
Yeah, I can't wait for
So
that for real. And they got just so much that's coming out. I just fucking there's a lot.
the
2023 I am going to be alone for, or 2024 I'm going to be alone for most of the time, okay? Because I need these animes. I've been waiting so long, especially Demon Slayer. They need to speed that shit up. It's too good to make me wait this long.
yeah, but here's the thing, like
The last
you know,
arc
it's
was
kind
kind
of
of mid.
yeah. I agree. I thought Arc 2 was so much better than this current arc.
Yeah.
So, if we're on the train of anime, there's another one that's releasing, Mashal season 2. Do you ever see that one, Mashal?
I don't know. I'd have to see a picture of that.
Okay, it's have you seen Black Clover?
Yeah.
Okay, it kind of takes an idea of Black Clover
Yeah.
and then mixes it with like Harry Potter, in my opinion, because it's like wizarding houses and you pick different houses, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, it's about this guy
Oh
who's
yes,
born.
who's in? He's like fucking. Hold on. He's One Piece reincarnated. He has no fucking magic, but he's just insanely strong. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I never knew how to pronounce the name, but yes, I've seen it.
It was good.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that one.
they're doing season 2 of that, so I'm pretty stoked. And then there just a few others. I think I wish they would do. Did you ever watch Trigun last year?
Yeah, yeah, I watched
I
it.
hope they do somewhere like that. Um,
They're
so but
apparently they're also just FYI. I did not know this, but they're also doing. Oh, of course they have the final arc of Bleach coming out, of course, but then
yeah, that's later on for sure.
they also apparently have Classroom of the Elite season 3.
Okay, I know what that
I
is. I
did
haven't
not.
watched any of it.
Yeah, I've watched it all, but like I thought it was over. Like where they left it, I don't want to ruin it because you haven't seen it. But I mean, it's old as hell now. What the hell have you been doing? But Classroom of the Elite, where they left that, I have no idea how they're doing it. But it's
Right.
Classroom of the Elite is a pretty good one.
So, and then of course, I don't know. It's another Ichikai that I watched for a while. It got season. It did season 2 seasons, and then they released a movie. But it's the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
you see that one?
That one has been years in the fucking making.
Yeah, they're finally releasing season 3 in this year spring. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited for it.
have you seen it and or slash care about it, Tom? Because it's old. We can talk about that, right?
You guys mentioned it a couple podcasts ago. So you guys taught me what the ET Kais were in the first place. But yeah,
Yeah.
you guys could talk. I haven't seen it. You guys could talk about it. I don't.
It's
The
Can't imagine
essentially
I'll have time anytime soon to get around to it.
it's 52 episodes right now. But essentially it's about this otaku who he just has his life whatever like that, and then he witnesses this woman's purse get stolen. He chases after the guy, and then the guy he gets the purse back, but the guy stabs him in the process, and he gets woundedly fatally stabbed. And so he sits there, and he's dying. He's like, man, if I ever get reincarnated, I hope that I'm something that's like not easy to stab or something. And then all of a sudden, like, you hear this voice, June, durable body. And then, like, he starts wishing, he's like, man, I wish resistance to this. And all of a sudden, he, like, wakes up and he's reincarnated in another world, but he's a slime.
Straight up, what do you call that? A monkey paw
Yeah.
wish.
But the thing is, and then, like, he starts figuring out his slime body, and for whatever reason, he just becomes OP.
Yeah, like the
Like,
last episode, his or the last thing he did was freak out, and his freak out was up there pretty high on my favorite anime freakouts. Like whenever he saw fucking girl's body over there. That was fucking
Yeah, but
awesome.
he freaked out calmly though. It wasn't that bad of a
No, it
freak out.
was not. Are you kidding me? Whenever he sat there and released all of his pressure at once, and they were like, "Hey, yo, chill! Like somebody's gonna see that shit."
So,
Reminds me of this morning when I took a shat.
Why would someone see you
so
shitting? What kind of a bathroom do you have?
Only the best kind.
and then the other one, major one, My Hero Academia season 7 is releasing.
Oh, I need to
So
watch that.
My Hero is
it's
coming out.
I've heard
it's coming out this year.
so many good things about the show.
It's
Just
a really
never
good
got down on it.
show.
What is it streaming on right now? Other than fucking Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll. I
Fuck.
think it's on Hulu.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean,
But-
you know, there's also Dragon Ball Daima.
oh, Dragon Ball Daima, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
coming
still
out.
don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, I'll watch it just because it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's what I do. So
But they also have
um,
Black Butler season 4, which I'm pretty excited for.
yeah. I haven't
For
watched
anyone
Black
who hasn't
Black
seen
Button.
it, Black Butler is basically of these kids who get like basically Satan as butlers.
Yeah.
Different devils as their butlers and stuff, and they're all fighting each other to see who has the best butler, and it's pretty funny. That's what I like about it. Is it's not just like a isekai or anything like that. It's just a funny anime.
Yeah, Itsekais right now are just like king. Like they're releasing like tons of Itsekais already
They
this
really
this,
are.
this
They're
year.
dropping them left and right.
So it all started with Sword Art Online. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Sword
everybody's
Art
wanting to do
Online.
the
I heard that they were thinking about redoing the ending of that, which I would be very happy with. That
Yeah.
and they're talking about redoing the ending of Tokyo Ghoul, both of which I think would be an amazing idea.
Here, I'm going to be annoying real quick. I just want you to introduce. This is Fergie. She's a fucking twat. She's crazy.
Just
Lola Bear, come here. And then this one right here, this is Lola. She's the sweetest girl ever. Best puppy dog. Be jealous. She's part boxer, part Saint Bernard. Okay. I'm done talking about my dogs. You guys continue. I'm going to let them upstairs so they don't know what's talking to me.
You're good. So, but I mean, we can sit here and talk about all the upcoming anime that's gonna be good. So we'll move on for that. There's a lot coming out, especially major ones and stuff like that. But honorable mention. There's one that looks interesting to me called Windbreaker. So,
an anime
we'll see how
about
that.
farting.
Let's see how that is. So let's see for anticipated. I kind of hit a little bit anticipated games. For me personally, the most anticipated game of the year,
Star Wars.
already won the most anticipated game of the year award. Not Star Wars Outlaws, but Final Fantasy VII: The Rebirth. That's my game right there. Star Wars Outlaws looks good too. I really want to play that. It gives me that Shadows of the Empire vibe,
Oh,
better.
yeah.
but better. So,
Just do a remake of
But-
that game, Shadows of the Empire. Oh, that'd be great.
yeah, for sure. And then another game that's coming out that I'm pretty interested in is called Ayuden Chronicles. So you've seen that?
I haven't seen it, but I saw that it was going to be releasing.
Yeah, it's finally releasing. It's been in the making for quite some time. It started off with a Kickstarter. So pretty much this game. So back, let's see. I think the last one was released. Yeah, PlayStation 2. We're talking about PlayStation 2 era was the last time this game was released, but it started the PlayStation 1 era. It was a game called Suikoden. Suikoden. One of the things is it did touch on some Chinese. Do they call it anthology or mythology for Chinese? I don't know.
Anthology.
Um,
I
An-
believe.
Well,
Well,
anthologies
anthology
are
is
specific.
animal, isn't it?
No, anthology is so. If you have like Star Wars Visions would be anthologies, where it's a bunch of stories in the universe, but they have nothing to do with the actual.
Yeah, then that's what
lore.
it is.
Yeah.
So this is about the 108 Stars of Destiny. It's a Chinese anthology thing that tells you about the 108 Stars of Destiny. But anyways, this game is essentially
So I feel like that would be a mythology then. So there's already a myth. This is a story around the myth, where the anthology would be the story. Like, so you have your main canon storyline, and then so the anthology would be, hey, here's an episode with this character, and this character, he might have existed, he might not have existed, doesn't fucking matter. Oh no, no, I
The
think
Wookiee Jedi. Movie.
no, actually, Star Wars, not Rebels, but Clone Wars. Clone Wars would be considered to be an anthology. Yes, it's all canon. Yes, all happens, but they're just random stories that kind of like
Yeah,
don't necessarily move the plot forward overall.
that's what the 108 Stars of Destiny are for the Chinese.
So
Just
it
different characters that did different stuff.
sounds like a mythology of the anthology.
Yeah, but
You can
in
Google it
this,
later and make up your own mind on it. It's
yeah,
fine.
in this game, the premise is they just get that idea from, but it starts off like you're this kid, you're the son of a great general, and then you go against fight the very empire your father served, and you collect
You're a son of
108
a
stars of
bitch.
Destiny. So they made a part 1 and part 2. Part 2 is probably regarded one of the greatest JRPGs of our time. If they say there's must play JRPGs, it's Suikoden 2. That's what everyone says hands down. They all kind of have like a similar story as far as like similar characters, but it's just different kingdoms. So it takes place in different areas of the world, right? And then they reset and then they did 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 was a prequel to 1, and 5 was after 4, but it was a prequel series. But the creator of that left and went to go do his own thing. So I'm kind of a little bit worried about that, and that's what a Yuan Chronicles is based off. It's based off Suikoden. So and it kind of did all the typical JRPG tropes. Like you can do unite attacks. If you get certain people in your team, they unite with each other. Sometimes if you have like all the people in the team, they can unite all together or whatnot. So so I'm pretty excited about it. So Star Wars Outlaws, you can touch on that one, Tom, if you're excited about that one. Go.
I mean, I'm super excited about it. I don't know. I mean, so I know it's being done by Assassin's Creed people. Who's Assassin's Creed?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. Yeah, I think Ubisoft is doing it, right?
I think so. Let me
Yeah.
see.
So I don't know too much, but it definitely looks like it's going to be the Empire. I think you're just some kind of random scoundrel rebel. Looks like it's a lead female. So I don't
Right.
think there's going to be any force abilities and stuff, but it doesn't have to have force abilities to be a good Star Wars game. 100, biggest thing is just going to be how much lore and everything do they bring into it, but most importantly, how's the gameplay going to be? I mean, it looks like you get starships. Honestly, it kind of looks like a little Starfieldy, but a lot more. But you can definitely tell the tone and the
Yeah.
art style is more on the Star Wars side of things.
I'm also as far as games too, I'm pretty excited for Skull and Bones. They finally announced the release date at the Game Awards last year. So they're releasing it this year in February. Um, so Skull and Bones is another game by Ubisoft. It's the pirate game.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty. We talked about it in our Game Awards episode because it's one of the big announcements that they did. Honestly, it's probably, in my opinion, the biggest announcement. But that's unpopular opinion, I'm sure. But I'm really looking forward to that game. I think it'll be cool if it's done right.
yeah.
So,
No, I
Called
mean,
Bad Take Surge after that one.
yeah, right.
what do you
No,
mean bad take, Surge?
I just always appreciate a good multiplayer game. That's the biggest thing. It's like, yeah, don't give me. I mean, I love a good single player storyline game, but ultimately, on the few times I do get to play video games, I usually want to play something multiplayer. Ooh, by the way, last year they came out with a game called For the King 2. It's relatively
Hmm.
inexpensive. I think that might be a good game for us to stream.
I'll look into it.
I know it's available on, at least it was available. For the King 1 was available on Switch, so I'm not sure if For the King 2 is available on the PlayStation or not. But it's a relatively inexpensive game. It's very D&D-esque. So if you like that kind of stuff. Do any of you two play D&D at all?
I used to.
I don't know what D&D is.
Dungeons and Dragons. Get out of here. You watch the movie, but you don't know what it is.
Like games. I'm saying like if you're talking about like games, I don't know what like a D and
You
D game.
play,
I know Dungeons and Dragon, like
you
a
know
board
Baldur's
game.
Gate 3?
Yeah, that's is that one.
That's that's based off Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
Oh,
It's all
I'm
about
sorry.
rolling, yeah, rolling
I
and making
can't
sure you
like
get your
something
stuff.
without knowing every little tiny minute detail about it.
You should know what you're getting into. You gotta know the product.
I can't get it yet. So
Yeah, because you have a PlayStation 4. So, anyways, but yeah, I think that'd be good. We're looking, also, Ray, bring it on. I'm ready. But I'm also looking forward to, uh, it's a game that's coming to Switch. I always get mainstream games on the Switch because that's what the Switch is for. First party games is releasing this year as well. So looking forward to that. It looks pretty interesting. Like it's Princess Peach's own stage. Like the gameplay trailer I saw last year. She just it's like she's going to a theater with her toads, and all of a sudden this like evil race or whatever like that takes over the theater, and it's up to her to save it. And with the power of this ribbon, whatever, she you go through different adventures. Like there's one scene where she's like a sword fighter. There's another scene where she's a detective, and then there's another, and she's like trying to find clues and detect. And then there's one scene where she's a culinary chef, or that decorates cakes and stuff like that. I think it'll be pretty cool. It looks really interesting.
Yeah, it looks fun. I mean, I'm
But
looking at some screenshots right now, and no,
yeah,
I'm intrigued.
so it'll be one of those games where yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'll get it. I mean, so just because I get most mainstream Mario games,
Yeah,
or maybe I'll rent it and beat it in like 4 days. I don't know, but I think it'll be a good one because I think the kids will have it, like to play it. So you know, the kids want to play it. That's what it is, Ray.
hmm
So, but yeah, that's one game too. Um, that I'm also looking forward to see here, and I think there was Uh, it's to me it seems like all the big games are really coming out in the beginning. Um, there's not really a whole lot coming. But this one game that I've that's coming out this year too. It's coming out in August. It was one of the premieres at the Game Awards last year. It's a Black Myth Wukong. So um, it's kind of a Dark Souls game with the Monkey King. You control the Monkey King, including his extended staff, things like that.
is there a
Um,
Wukong clan? Ain't nothing to fuck with.
Ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu Tang Clan, right? Wukong Clan. I love it. So, um, but I think it'll be cool. I've been kind of like seeing gameplay and teasers for this game for like the last like 6 years. So I'm pretty excited that it's finally coming out. So, but that's games. Any games you're excited for, Ray?
Nah, I was looking over the list. I don't really recognize any of them. So
I mean, there's not much on PlayStation 4, so
yeah,
it's
I just
becoming a
don't play a whole
discontinuous
lot of
system.
games like that. That
Yeah.
style of game.
So, but yeah, I mean, Star Wars Outlaws is what you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
Movies. What are you guys looking forward to as far as movies? TV shows. We could do both.
So TV shows, I'm definitely gonna have to say Gen V Part Two. No, yeah. Hopefully, there's another Gen V. I know there's going to be another The Boys. That's going to be fucking awesome because they left that off on a good cliffhanger. And then of course, since we're still on Amazon, we're talking the second part of Invincible, which that was a pretty dang good
Yeah,
cliffhanger at the end of that one. What a great show. They're really taking over the superhero.
Yeah, if
Right
they don't
now.
take another year and a half to release one.
Well, yeah, but no, but we'll all be there, ready to watch it.
so
Yeah.
one that I'm looking forward to is Umbrella Academy, the final season. Um,
Oh, the next Mando's not supposed to come out until 2025, which makes me sad.
yeah, it was supposed to be this year, but
Yep.
they delayed it because I mean they're going in a different direction because I think they lost Pedro Pascal to themselves, which is which is funny.
Yep.
So
Which they don't even. I don't know how they like just keep him doing the voice. You know, Mando never takes his helmet off. He only has to show up for like three scenes.
yeah,
During per season. You know.
I don't know if it's official yet, but it looks like it's been like we discussed it a few episodes ago. He's been in talks for to be Mr. Fantastic, so that's why he doesn't want to do Mandalorian anymore.
What? He'd be a
Yeah.
weird looking Mr. Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why they just keep John Krasinski, whatever
Yeah,
his name
just
is,
keep
Jim. Just keep Jim.
I'm gonna be pissed. Honestly, yeah, no, Jim looked good.
Yeah.
Like no homo
So
butt penis butt.
yeah, right. So even though he got owned by Wanda in that one, like god
Yeah.
damn.
Taking out like a
So
bitch.
so all of them did. Like Wanda, I mean, people fail to realize how powerful Wanda really is. So they just fail to realize it's. I mean, she's one of those. She's one of those people that they could use again. But I mean, she's dead, but she's one of those people that they can use Deadpool to bring back with, and then she can wipe out Kang with a snap herself,
Yeah.
because that's what Marvel did. They're like, back when they do the comics, the House of M series, they're like, damn, we have so many mutants. How do we get rid of them? We can't just write them off. It's stupid. Nope. Wanda got a or Scarlet Witch, whatever. She got into like a frenzy, and created the Hex that created an alternate world where Magneto was the good guy. He was the Professor Xavier, and then finally when she snapped out of it, about 1/4 of the mutant population died, and that's
shit.
how Marvel got rid of most of their stuff. It was cool. It was a great writing, honestly. So so that's how powerful she really is. It's so MCU has, I feel like, scratched the surface of what she can do, but you kind of see a little bit of, you know, Multiverse of Madness. So
Yeah.
I can rabbit trail on this one too, because I have a thing. Well, let's go at it. I'm So anywho, right? So what do they consider a threat level high enough to summon the Avengers? You know, Loki in the first one, right? He just brought stupid aliens, a stupid alien army. That was Avenger level, right?
Mhm.
Ultron, Avenger level, and of course Thanos, right? They Is it because they had more armies? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Wanda was a Avenger level threat.
Mhm.
She was not. She wasn't just threatening the universe. She was threatening the multiverse.
Yeah.
Which is a lot more damage than Thanos ever did. And not only that, she single-handedly took out all the sorcerers. That's major. That's bad. And yet they only had Doctor Strange to fight her. So he could have brought a buddy or something. Not America Chavez, which is that was so bad. So I don't know. I think it should have been a threat. You could have had Spider-Man or somebody coming down and help you out, because it would have been done a lot quicker. So
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. So, but anywho, see movies this year. I mean, they have there's not. I didn't really see a whole lot coming out. I mean, they have Madam Web, which is that female Spider-Man movie we were talking about. I don't think Ray was here for that. That was during the
No.
episode 2. Was he?
Yeah. No, that was like 2 episodes.
No, Madam Web was
I don't think I was here for that one.
Oh, I guess
that
not.
was episode 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ray, since you weren't here, Madam, are you familiar with Madam Web?
I'm familiar with the original Spider-Man version where he like gets thrown down a drain after he transforms into like a weird spider / human, and he gets to
I'm
confront
surprised
an
you.
old white-haired Madam Web.
I'm surprised you know about that stuff. I'm impressed.
He
So
Hey, can I say something that's real quick? Just real quick. There's, and if you go back and you rewatch that, there's where Spider-Man saves this girl, and she's like, "I'll never forgive you," and he's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Please show me your face." He's like, "Okay," so he shows her his secret identity. I had to go back and rewatch the episode. I'll figure it out and put it in the group chat. But
Yeah,
he's like, okay, and shows her his identity, and then whenever he's swinging out of the window after doing that, it's the something something house for the terminally ill children. And that's the only reason why he showed him his face. Because
Oh,
he's like, bitch, you dead anyways. It was so fucked up.
That's
I like
dark. I
rewatched
love
that
it.
shit
funny.
and I was like, oh my gosh.
I never caught that because I know what episode you're talking about.
Yeah,
So
rewatch it. I'm telling you, it fucking made me laugh.
It was like one of the '90s cartoons or something.
Yeah.
it's the best Spider-Man show there is, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Well,
100%.
the
Cartoons were always
second
better in the
best one
90s.
is I did like Spider-Man Ultimate. I thought that one was pretty good, but this is a private show.
You know what was even
So
better?
Mhm.
Batman Unlimited, wasn't that it? Where he actually had like the bat powers. He had the black suit, the red symbol. Why does no one remember
Oh,
that?
Batman Beyond.
Batman
Yeah,
Beyond.
That was good.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
best
That
We
one.
was
know what it is. Just
with Wilfredo.
tell us the right damn show. No.
Yeah, for sure. I was trying to
My
think
bad,
of
my
it.
bad, my bad, my bad.
Yeah, Batman Beyond was cool.
Yeah.
I wish that show didn't end. I thought it was really good.
That Static
Um,
Shock was another good character.
Static Shock season 1 was terrible, but then once he got like the instead of the white outfit, he had the black one. That's when it got better.
Hmm.
So funny stories because interesting fact: Static Shock started off as a WB created character. He was not a DC character. That's why Static Shock the show gets better because DC then liked the character and we're like, dude, we want this character. And so that's how Static Shock was introduced to introduced into the DC. That's why in the later episodes when we start interacting with Batman and stuff like that, that's where it gets better.
And
So
I think that's like, I guess, I don't know if we actually want to talk about it, but the whole culture war thing in terms of like, recasting characters to, it's like, Snow White. Oh, you're gonna put a Mexican, like, with, like I said, I don't care about anybody's race or anything like that, but like, like if you want to have inclusivity and diversity, yeah, inclusivity and diversity, like just create new characters, like Static Shock, he was a great character. I don't, they wanted to have a African American hero. What they do, they created a new hero. Cool, this guy was dope, loved him. Don't take Superman and then decide, oh, we're just going to change everything about Superman. So he's no longer Superman. He's just wearing the Superman suit, and that's about it. Like, just create new characters, make us love the characters. Static Shock is a perfect example of just a good fucking character.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So uh but so we got the travel because I said Madam Web. Thanks, Ray. Um so Madam Web
Dick.
is actually not. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I mean, like, I don't know if it's gonna tie in or not, but it's not created by Disney, so it's not the MCU created by Kevin Feige. It's actually a Sony production one. So it's pretty much Cassandra Webb. She finds out that she can see the future, and she starts seeing that she's got to save these girls. And as you watch the trailer, it reveals that these girls are actually Spider women because they have Spider Girl, they have Spider Women there. They have I think Aranya. Um, so she's protecting them, and then there's once then this evil Spider-Man is coming after them to kill them because he wants to kill the Spider Verse. I guess I don't know. I guess so, but that's what Madam Web is doing.
So these other Spider people, Spider Girl, Spider Woman, like, are these characters that exist already? Like, specifically these characters? Okay. How do they become Spider people? Were they
I don't
bitten by
know.
spiders too?
I
Well,
have no
I'm talking
idea.
about in like the comics. Oh, you don't even know in the comics? Okay, I'm gonna go
No.
look that up later because I'm just kind of curious on like how they're going to do this whole origin story for all these different
Yeah.
spider people versus just I can't, because I can't imagine they're going to just poof they have magic powers now, but I don't know, we'll see.
yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but so, but that comes out pretty early, but that's gonna be that. Um, you know, but Dune Part Two is coming out, so if you guys have seen Dune, I mean, I've been told to watch it, um, but I just haven't really. It's hard to watch movies if my wife is not interested, so I just don't end up watching them. So
Oh, it's
'cause
easy
I
for me
watch with you.
because my wife falls asleep on the couch no matter what show we're watching. So yeah, it's like, all
Yeah.
right, time to watch a movie. It's like, okay, it's time for me to just take a nap on the couch then. Love you.
So, Kung Fu Panda 4
Yep.
is releasing. We talked about that.
Yep. That's going to
Uh,
be a nice little nerdy experience with me and the kiddos.
they're releasing this show called Imaginary, or they're not the show, this movie. It looked pretty interesting. It's about this. I mean, I've been watching a lot of supernatural films. Sorry. Um, she returns to her childhood home, and she finds that her old stuffed bear. Um, and she sees that her stepdaughter has grown attached to it, and then like it's so attached that the her behavior becomes concerning, and then the bear kind of turns evil. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's kind of interesting.
I'll have to see.
Um, yeah, I mean, I have those,
Because so far the premise you gave me sounds boring as fuck. But
Speaking of which,
we'll
you're
see.
talking about Supernatural. Another thing that has been hinted towards by both the main cast members of Supernatural, for people who like the actual Supernatural show like me, who are diehard fans, it has been hinted at within the past month that in 2024, this year, that they will be restarting it. It won't be the original makers of Supernatural, but Jensen and the other guy, uh, they are gonna start and reboot Supernatural from where it left off instead.
I
Hmm.
think so. If they're going to I think it's very possible for them to be able to do that, and it actually
Oh
might
yeah,
be
hundred
pretty good
percent.
because when you spend that much time playing a character,
Yeah.
and you understand, who your character is, what their motivations are. One of my favorite people from the whole Star Wars stuff is Sam Whitworth. Do you guys know who he is?
Hmm?
Sam Whitworth, right? Whitworth? No, Whitwer. Sam Whitwer. So he is the voice of Starkiller from the Star Wars game.
Hmm.
Oh my God, why can't I
Force
think?
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. He's also Maul, and he's played a bunch of other voices as well in the Star Wars animated shows. But
You said Sam Whitmer.
Whitwer, Witwer, Sam Whitwer.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, one of my favorite things is watch or like short like interviews with him, talking about all the times, because he is so involved with the characters and the lore and the story. Like he's talked to Dave Filoni and like, hey, technically this shouldn't happen because like during one of the a dream sequence that Anakin was having, he was talking to his dead mom, and he's like, "Oh man, I really wish you would have met Padme." And then he literally stopped in the middle of the script reading, saying, "Hey, she actually already met her. Like, don't you remember episode 1?" And
Yeah.
and then they had to rewrite everything because it's like, oh shit, he's right. So you get people who were that involved in the lore. Those are the people. Honestly, Sam Witwer and Dave Filoni, those are the people who should be running the entire Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
they
I know
have
who
a
Sam Whitmer is.
Witwer, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like the name sounds familiar, and I was trying to put a face. I was like, is it the same guy? Because he was in Smallville. He played Doomsday.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
Spoiler, sorry guys.
well, when you were talking about Bodega, I'm like, who the fuck's Bodega? I'm like, oh yeah. As soon as I saw the
Finn.
picture, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he did a good job as Maul for sure. So,
yep.
Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire,
I
a
still have to see that
sequel.
last one that they released because I saw I've seen all of them up to the female release.
The
One.
female release had nothing to do with these ones.
I know.
Um,
I'm just saying I've
because
seen all of them. I'd be interested to see the next one is all.
yeah, eh, I don't want to spoil, but let's just say everybody knows that this is no spoiler. But I thought the new Ghostbusters movie that came out with the kids with Wolf Finhard or whatever his name is. I thought it was overall pretty decent, so I'm looking forward to the sequel.
Mhm.
I really one of the things I really liked it. I think it paid a great homage to Harold Ramis who passed away.
Mhm.
So it's no secret that even the trailer is it follows the granddaughter what's what was the guy's name in Edgar? Yeah, Edgar.
Yeah.
So it follows his niece and it goes from there. So it was a great homage with Harold Ramis and the new cast and then the old cast coming out there with Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. Even Winston is there. So Ernie Hudson uh, is the Winston, and I just thought it was just like, yeah, this is the old generation telling the new generation it's okay, you can continue these movies without us. Um,
Yeah.
it's kind of like with they tried doing that with Jurassic Park World Dominion, old meets new, and it was just garbage. This one did it pretty well, and you know, it, the late Harold Ramis would probably be proud of what's going on with it because this was his baby. He created it.
Mhm.
So no, I don't think he created it, but he was one of the directors.
Yeah.
So
An
um,
influential part of the series, regardless.
right.
Yes.
So this one it's pretty cool. Deadpool 3 is another one that's coming out for sure. Looking
Hell
forward
yeah,
to
brother.
that. Um, you know, it,
Wolverine.
right. Then this is huge. For Disney, right? Deadpool 3 is already making history, right? Um, one of the things that I was really afraid because see they had Deadpool, they never had Deadpool 1 or 2. That was Fox. But historically, we knew what happened in history. Disney bought Fox, so which was huge for them because do you remember the at the MCU, the very end of the Avengers, where they're showing Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch for the first time? They're mutants. It's clear, right? But at the time, Disney didn't own Fox. Fox owned the X-Men franchise, which Fox, by owning the X-Men franchise, they own the right to the word mutant. So at the end of the Avengers, the Hydra commander calls them miracles. You catch that? You remember that?
Yeah.
So yeah, and so when they acquired Fox, they finally had the ability to say mutants, but they haven't yet. They just recently hinted at it um, with Miss Marvel, because at the very end, when Miss Marvel, uh, you know, gets her blood test, whatever. Sorry, have you guys seen Miss Marvel?
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, it's been too far out at this point where
Yeah.
fuck
Okay.
spoilers. Just
Well,
go.
so Miss Marvel gets her blood tested by her friend, and he's like, "Well, you're not this. You're something completely entirely different." So it's hinted at that, but so Disney has yet to to say mutant on their own.
Hmm.
Deadpool, one was then Deadpool 2 didn't count. Disney, because once Disney got Fox, they released Once Upon a Deadpool, which was the PG-13 movie of Deadpool 2. So which I never saw.
It was
So
bad.
I only saw some clips on YouTube and stuff, and I thought it was really funny that they were doing the whole uh, a Princess Bride thing where
yeah,
yeah,
I wanted to see those parts where he's reading the book to Ben Savage,
yeah,
Wonder Years kid, but I thought that was cool. But you know, um, so the fact that Deadpool when this Disney's doing, I'm like, oh man, I hope it's like they can't don't limit Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds he was there's no other person in this world that can play Deadpool as well as Ryan Reynolds.
yeah.
So there's only one other person that I think can play Deadpool, but not that rated R, but Deadpool. He can play a PG-13 Deadpool, but not rated R. Um, and that's Will Friedle. Um, So Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World. So he did do the voice of Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond. And if you ever watched Spider-Man Ultimate, there was an episode called with Deadpool called Ultimate Deadpool, and he does the voice of Deadpool. Did a good job.
Okay.
So I think as far as PG-13, he's the only other person that can play it. But to get the true essence of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds.
And I have faith that the third one should be good because I know, Ryan
Well,
Reynolds
here's the thing.
is at the helm.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like first off, this is the first time Disney's releasing it something with a mutant and actually discussing the mutants and being able to say that freely. And this is one of the first rated R movies Disney has released. It's huge. I'm looking forward to that. So
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. It's like honestly right now the only Marvel thing I'm excited for.
oh yeah, for sure. So let's see. I don't know if there's much left. I mean, there. I mean, of course, Rebel Moon's coming out, and then they're doing supposedly another Bad Boys film. They're also doing Kong versus Godzilla, the new Empire. I didn't really care for the Godzilla versus King Kong. I thought when it shifted to the monsters and watching Godzilla destroy Kong, I thought that was really cool. But then when it went to the humans, I'm like, ugh.
Apparently, there was a Japanese movie that came out. It was a Godzilla movie, and
Yeah, Godzilla -1. It's supposed to be Lex level.
yeah, I heard it was really good. So obviously, it's not obviously, but it was a movie made in Japan. So if you watch it, you're gonna have to do English dub. Well, sorry, English
Yeah.
sub. But I heard it was like a quarter of the budget from the more recent movies, and it was a much more compelling story. So that's why
Right.
I'm excited to see it.
So, and then they're doing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is supposed to release this year. I haven't gotten a chance to see a second one. I keep forgetting it. It's on the back burner. I
It's
pretty
fun.
much
Kids
I know
wanted
what
to see
happens
it.
at this point. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I was going to take my kids to see it, but then my ex-wife took the boys to see it, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's gonna it's going to be I think it'll be good. I mean, as long as they do Shadow right. So, and then they're doing the Joker movie, a sequel to the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, I still don't know how I feel about Lady Gaga being Harley Quinn. So,
Oh.
yeah.
What happened to the other Harley chick?
This is a different variation.
Different
It's
universe,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not the. Yeah, Margot Robbie. Oh yeah, she knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
So there's another little small retro. I mean, Kaylee Coco. Kaylee Coco does a good job with Harley Quinn too. So Kaylee Coco, if you don't, you know who she is?
No, not offhand at least.
Big Bang Theory, Penny.
Oh,
Yeah.
When's she done? Harley?
She voices Harley Quinn in the show Harley, the Harley Quinn show.
Hate saying this, but I feel like if you're going to do a live action Harley, it's going to be really hard to match her Margot Robbie's performance.
Oh no, for sure, Margot Robbie nailed it.
She fucking nailed it.
She's good at that. I mean, and not only that, she is Barbie.
Yeah.
So I mean, with the Oscar nominations coming up, it should be. I think they'll probably do a little bit before the Oscars, and the Oscars is typically March. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's up for Best Actress.
Mm-hmm.
Like she did that role really good. Like, and honestly, if you look at her, like, who could have played Barbie of this generation? It had to be her.
Yeah.
Like, so I just know her from Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, but anyway, but yeah, so it's gonna be the Oscars are this year too, so that's gonna be cool. We'll hit that up Wednesday, once it comes out. And then I guess they're doing we talked about it, the fourth Karate Kid movie coming out, but it looks like it's not gonna be till later this year. A new Venom movie is supposed to be coming out. So I don't know how I feel about that because I didn't really like the other two. Uh, so Beetlejuice 2 is coming out. They're supposed to be doing a Borderlands movie. So I don't know if you've seen that one. I mean,
You got any trailers out for that yet?
no. So and then
we'll see.
the last movie is gonna be Craven the Hunter. So I see how that goes. It has the guy who played Quicksilver. So
okay,
those are really the big movies coming out, and to me, my most anticipated movie is Deadpool 3 for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
yeah, Deadpool 3 is gonna be pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, 2024 is building to be a pretty decent year, movie wise, game wise. It's got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this year goes. So, anything else we anticipating or?
No, I think that's about it. A couple games, couple movies. Past that, it's just like we'll see how everything else plays out.
Right. Of course, the playoffs are going to be starting soon, so that's something to be anticipating about. See who does the Super Bowl. Go Dolphins. That's all I gotta say. I think they can get it if they play right. So, but let's wrap up. As always, if you want to find me, on my social media, you can email me, ask me questions about this podcast, ask any of the three, and I'll present it to the group. We'll answer your questions. SurgeReviews66@gmail.com. If you go to my Instagram, Surge Gaming Reviews, you'll see some clips I've been working on, and my link tree is there, so you can click that link and you can kind of see everything we've been working on with this podcast, the dubby, all that stuff. So,
I just bought my first sampler pack of Dubby a few minutes ago, like literally right after you did your little promo for it. I'm like, I need to hurry up and buy it, so I bought the sampler pack, and it cost me like right at like $20 and some change after the discount and shipping and handling.
yeah, see, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's I'm gonna buy. I got the tub, so yeah, Dubby. Don't forget to buy. If you forgot, promo code Surge, you get 10% off your next purchase.
Oh yeah.
So, Ray.
You can always find me at EIPEVOLI. I love pie spelled backwards.
I found out today it's I love pie backwards forever.
Yes.
Yeah. It took me a few moments to find you because of that. So
yeah. Forever's at the end of that little tidbit there. I always forget about, but yeah, I'll be over there doing my gaming streams.
I hope the comments don't bother you, Ray, because I know some people say you sucked. So
I heard garbage, but
that's what happens whenever friends find streams. But yeah.
Not friends, just random people watching your stuff. That's it.
Oh
yeah. I mean, so, but cool. Feel free to like and subscribe this podcast. Share it with your friends, share it with your nerd friends, share it with your mom. I don't care who you share it with. If your dog can watch a video and click a button and give us that like and subscribe, we want that dog to like and subscribe. So we have a lot of up and coming things in 2024. Look forward to it. So, but Nerd Fam, stay classy.